Hello, everyone. Welcome to another conversation time. You know how it goes. Give me just a second. Alrighty. Alrighty. You guys know how it goes. It is called conversation time for a reason. Conversate with us. Let us know your thoughts on what we are talking about. Give us your own opinions on other things we should talk about as well. It's been a little bit since we've been here, so we've had to take off not vacation, just took a couple weeks off. When was the last time we were on here?
Um,
It's been a minute.
don't have me lie.
I think it's been at least two or 3 weeks. So
It's been longer than that.
I said at least. So sorry, but we are back. We've got a few things to get caught up on.
It's cool though because it gives me a chance to digest the news and gather a lot of thoughts and put stuff together.
Yeah, there's been a lot. So let's update with us personally. What's been going on with us, really?
I mean, not too much. We just celebrated 4th of July. Well, we didn't celebrate. It was
It
it was relaxing. I said this year didn't even really seem like the
Yeah.
4th. There wasn't too many. I didn't see anybody out having cookouts or doing
It's too
the
hot.
normal shenanigans.
Nobody wants to stand in front of a grill when it's already 80 degrees outside.
the month flipped over to July, and the heat came out with the vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a couple 90-degree days outside.
Like right now, it's still 90 degrees at 6 o'clock. So
Salem Fair is here. That's been the big news this week. Well, last couple weeks.
is anybody really excited for it?
I mean, yeah, I see people asking about what's going on out there. Want to take their kids out to the rides and all. You know how that goes.
Well, I mean, I can see it more with the fair and kids and whatnot, which is fine. Which obviously I'll have to ride all the rides with Braden when he gets older, but I'm not pressed on it. Like we were gonna go. Usually we go and we just get food and whatnot, but even this year, it's just it's way too hot. Even going at like 6, 7 o'clock, it's way too hot to go out and try to stand in line for a $10 not that great hot dog. Like,
Yeah, and the thing for me, like the year after COVID, when they really opened stuff back up, everything was so overpriced and the food was low quality. And then we went back out again last year. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a chance again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, I think that expectation, when you're a kid, you're not spending your money, you're spending your parents' money.
yeah, that's
Everything in the
probably a huge
world
thing.
seems so much bigger than what it is. And then
Yeah.
as an adult, like we see things from those adult lenses, and it's like, this isn't really that fun. We took Braden out there last year, and he was just like,
Well, granted, he was also only 6 months.
so yeah, we
So-
might try again when he's 2 because he's still in that age where he's
Well,
just
he'll
like,
be 2.5 at that point.
yeah, he's still just like, yeah, that's whatever.
Yeah,
And it's
you
the
know.
money for me, like you said. The fair just evaporates money when you walk in. It just knows you have cash on hand and it just starts disappearing.
It was okay. It's just not. I don't know. Maybe we just picked the wrong foods or something last year, but it
No,
wasn't.
I heard
great.
a lot of people had the same.
Okay.
I mean, this year I think they got a few new vendors and things out there.
Yeah.
But I'm just not pressed. Like you said, the heat. It's the heat for me. I just don't really want to be outside walking around. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, it's still something for the
Well,
kids to go out to.
yeah,
and
well.
do.
I guess Braden's watching. Hi, baby.
What's up, Braden?
Eating his dinner, I'm sure.
Yeah, he said the 4th wasn't the 4th. I see a lot of people because
Wow.
usually you can smell the charcoal in the air. You can when the festivities are going to begin. I mean, there wasn't a shortage of fireworks
Good grief, now. They're
as
still going off.
usual. I said they must have got fireworks from the U.S. Navy this year because it was in abundance.
Somebody said they must have had buy one get 50 free or something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. And they be letting them off at the most inopportune times.
Like
It's
2 o'clock in the morning.
2, 3 in the morning. Like, why are you up setting off fireworks? This is a midday affair. Like, do it as soon as the sun goes down, not when everyone's in REM sleep.
Trying to go to work the next day.
Oof. Hey, how's it going? She said it's
Hello.
95
No,
in
thank you.
Florida.
And you got that humidity down there,
yeah,
too.
no, you got it. I'm
Ooh,
gonna
no,
kick it
thank
right here
you.
in Southwest Virginia, where
It's not
it's not entirely.
unbearable.
Yeah,
And that's working without an air conditioning upstairs, so we can still somewhat live.
yeah.
Sort of. Excuse me. So, but that's really it that we've had so far.
But yeah, how has y'all's week been going? You know, we haven't checked in with you all in a couple weeks. So is everything good? How'd y'all's fourth go? Did anybody do anything big? Any traveling took place? Speaking of traveling, my parents have been on vacation for the last 2 weeks.
Living it up.
They decided to take a trip to Europe. Is that what I can't even keep track of them anymore.
Yeah.
I talked to them today. They're over in Rome. They were in Italy for a little while.
They've been in Italy for the majority of it.
They went to Barcelona. Yep. So yeah, they did one of those Mediterranean cruises. So we've been keeping track of them
for their anniversary coming up this month. 35 years. Shout out to them.
Yeah, it's a
big accomplishment.
Yeah, it's funny because I look at my dad's pictures and I've been talking to him and I just laugh because I'm like, man, my mom got him over there in Europe. And if anyone knows my dad, just to be able to imagine him over in Europe for 2 weeks.
But he looks like he's having a good time, though.
Yeah, Rome, Florence, Barcelona. I mean, yeah, it's cool to be able to have those experiences in life, to be able to get out, be able to travel, to be able to be just around just different cultures, to be able to go. I think they went to a couple of the museums over there. My mom said they were at the Vatican yesterday.
I'd like to see the Vatican.
They went to nice. 16 Chapel, 60. I don't know.
Say it with me. Sistine
You got
Chapel.
it. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the chapel that Michelangelo painted. So yeah, they were there. I told them because everyone knows after you come home from vacation, you need a vacation from vacation,
especially a long one like that. That's a lot.
I told my dad I should have gave you my Fitbit because he said he's been getting his steps in over there, and it's funny just to hear how they talk about the different way of life. How it is in Europe. And I was like, yeah, it's not as fast paced as it is here in America because, you know, over here it's work, always on the go, nonstop. She said over there.
It's very chill.
She said, yeah, she said it's relaxing. They've been able just to slow down a little bit.
Good.
Been able to take their time. So,
they need
it. Yeah, I know when they get back, they're probably going to sleep for 2 or 3 days and then be
back
right
to
back.
it.
Yeah, right back to it. So,
which is good though. I'm glad they've had a good time. They've been looking forward to it for a while now. So
16th, is that it?
No, it is the.
My aunt said 16th.
I think she's making fun of you. It's the Sistine Chapel.
Well, y'all know what I was saying.
One of them chapels over there.
Yeah, y'all know what I was trying to say. But
anywho,
I don't know any other big plans or vacations.
We've got one coming up, but that's still a month away.
Yeah. I hear some other people have been going on trips. Yeah, my aunt, she's the globetrotter, world-renowned traveler now. I think she said she got a few trips coming up here soon.
Nice.
But yeah, I like to hear where other people are going, so I can get ideas later on down the line to see what's out there where I should be exploring.
I've told you, you don't even want to go to these places.
I mean, some of them I'm just like, you know. Others.
No, don't say you want to explore the world if you're just, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, but Till, we know y'all really be outside. I look up, y'all are on private yachts and eating in Eiffel Towers and.
Well, I can't say there's only one.
Yeah, no.
Did y'all go to the Eiffel Tower and eat?
Yeah, you know they always out somewhere.
Dang, I want to do that.
Yeah, Miss Brenda, if you look on her Facebook, she's been tracking her trip. She told me before she left, she was like, I think I want to do travel blogging. She was like, what do I need to do? I'm like, just go live, Ma. Just take your phone out.
It's
just,
different
just go
than what
live.
it used to be.
Yeah, she thought you had to have a website and have to write down everything that you're doing. It's like captain's log, day 1. It's like, nah, man, I don't do that no more. You just put your phone out, Facebook Live. People can interact with you. You can be walking around showing people. So, yeah, it's cool watching them work the technology. While they're over there, I think she's got live every day.
She's shy. I mean, I like it. I like seeing what's over there. It gives me an idea of where to go and where not to go, kind of deal.
But yeah, that was that. Moving to this movies and TV entertainment. So as a lot of you know, a lot of you may not. The writers are on strike right now. Still, yeah, nothing has been resolved. They are, so a lot of the shows now that we're enjoying, we're probably gonna have to wait for about 2 years when those go off air for those to come back on. But some of the new ones that I've been looking at, I've really been getting a kick out of Apple TV lately. Apple has some really good shows. I've been enjoying some of the programs they have on there and the writers that they have. But Idris has a new one on Apple TV now called Hijack, where he's on a plane. They're leaving Dubai, heading back towards London. You haven't been watching it with me.
I haven't.
I know you're missing out on a great series.
Here's my reasoning. If we're getting ready to go on a trip that involves a plane, I don't really want to watch a show called Hijacked.
But y'all watch shows all the time where cars and people get kidnapped, and you be watching them crazy psychological serial killer shows, and that'd be happening. Like, you watch shows called The Walmart Killer, but you still go to Walmart.
There's no thing as a Walmart killer.
All right, Google it.
Unless you're talking about the mass.
I need somebody to make something up about Amazon, and somebody, when they deliver your packages, you just get took, so you can stop ordering from Amazon.
Well, see, they go in the mailbox, or they just get thrown on the porch.
But Hijacked on Apple TV. If anyone has been watching it, if you have Apple TV, check it out. If you don't have Apple TV, borrow a friend's account, your cousin's account, grandparents' account. Check it out. You know,
I'll have to get up to date with it.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's well written. It's very suspenseful. Keeps you on the edge of the seat. Because you're in the air. It's getting hijacked. There ain't too much you can really do. So
that's what I'm saying. I don't want.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, she's missing out on Hijack. I tried to tell her, too. I told her ahead of time. I'm like, hey, Idris got this new movie.
I love Idris.
I thought it was a movie at first. I had to talk to my grandfather, and he was like, no, that's a series. Like, he stays up on, he's in the know on all the TV shows and stuff. So he was like, no, that's a series. He knew exactly when it was coming out. He knew how many episodes. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know. But, yeah, I know after a couple episodes run, you're going to be like, oh, let's go back and rewatch it. And you're going to, I ain't got time for that.
Well, I'll go back and watch it on my own. You don't have to start it over.
Yeah, my aunt thought it was a movie, too.
Yeah.
He'll say, we're watching the last, what'd she say? The last thing he told me.
Oh, is it good? I never started it.
What is that?
That's that one with, what is her name? Jennifer Garner.
Oh, okay.
And her stepdaughter, I think, and her dad goes missing or something. I didn't start that one. I needed to start it.
Yeah, we'll put that on the list and check it out. Yeah, chill, not Amazon. Yeah, I might have to pin the script for this Amazon horror movie because
I really don't know if there's much you can do to make people stop ordering from Amazon.
Well, not stop, but people like a good suspense, good thriller. I mean, I know people like you, they're going to watch something where there's a crazy person running around doing just weird and odd stuff. So, I mean, I'm going to have a market for it.
Don't know why you're really coming for me right now.
The shoe fits.
Whatever.
Yeah, Damien said Idris is goated.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
I watched something with him in it before this one. I don't know. He's in a whole bunch of TV shows and stuff.
Maybe he's a nice little.
Yeah, Hijack's one. For all you Marvel fans, Sam Jackson fans, Secret Invasion has dropped. It came out about 3 weeks ago. Anyone that knows and is familiar with the Marvel phases, Secret Invasion kicked off after Captain Marvel, where they introduced the characters of the Skrulls. And this picks up with Sam Jackson's character. We all know Nick Fury. And it really plays off of that whole Skrull interaction. I've been enjoying it. Haven't heard too much stuff on it. Like, not too many people have been checking it out. It's on Disney Plus. I've been enjoying the series.
I think people are getting marveled out, though.
I don't think it's so much marveled out as it is just the whole superhero.
It is getting run down.
Comic book genre in general, because I think after Endgame really ended, there was a whole demographic of people that were out there. Loyal fans who rode out for those last 10 years. And then after Endgame, it's like, hey, we had a attachment to Iron Man. Yeah.
Captain America.
Captain America. We had 3 Incredible Hulks until they finally settled on Mark Ruffalo's version.
And he does good.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. I think people are just phased out with the superhero genre.
Well, and I'll say this phase of Marvel is not as good as the last phase, but I think it is because we had so much that we were trying to get through with Marvel and their storyline that, you had that suspense feeling, and they made you wait a year and a half to 2 years in between movies to see what was going on. You're on suspense that everybody's just wiped away. Well, half of the people on the earth is wiped away, and you got to wait 2 years to figure out what's going on. The aftermath of it is not that great. And then now, even though they're trying to set up for Kang the Conqueror, but his character's kind of up in the air right now until they figure out what's going on with Jonathan Majors.
He about to beat that case.
I mean, I hope he really is, because he did a very good job, but it's just still, it's kind of, you want me to follow now a whole new storyline with this new character and all, it is a lot.
And I guess it is overwhelming because you go to the movies, you watch it, you go back home, then they have Disney Plus where they have more. So trying to keep up with all the storylines and follow them, and then you get new stories. So yeah,
and some of the
I
things
can understand. But then on the flip side, I don't want to hear that because y'all keep following Harry Potter every time they put new Harry Potters out. So Harry Potter did the spinoff, and they did the Fantastic Beast with Dumbledore and all them, and y'all.
First of all, hold on, pause. It has been years since there's been
a
Harry Potter movie.
I'm just saying, there's gonna be a demographic for anything that gets put out there. So,
and those movies have done very well. The prequels to it are very good. So
they did all right, and now it's no connection with new characters. DC Flash movie, and we'll touch on this later. But yeah, the Flash movie was cool, but it's not doing numbers that Endgame and those other movies did. And it could be people know that, hey, stuff's coming out on streaming services, or they, like I said, they might just be tired. But hey, my mom done jumped in the chat. Hey, family, can't believe I'm listening to y'all, and I have to leave for the airport in 2 hours. Oh, she's up. It's only 12 o'clock over there. But Teal and Damien in your same time zone. So, yeah, it's not that late. You'll be all right.
Is that the right?
Yeah, just cheering for her presence.
Okay.
But Secret Invasion, check it out if you're a fan of Sam Jackson. He does a really good job. You always know he's going to deliver. Mm-hmm. My show right here, another Apple TV. If y'all haven't watched this,
you're missing out.
Yeah, Swagger.
Very good.
It's produced by Kevin Durant.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he puts it out. I think his production company. It stars Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson, and then I just found this out recently. Lauryn Hill's nephew plays the main character, Jace, and it's about, I think it starts off as just like a inner city club basketball team. When the series kicks off, they're about 13, 14 years old. It just goes through the trials and tribulations of those guys. Fast forward, it's season 2 now, so these guys are juniors and seniors in high school, getting ready to go to college, what that whole process looks like. It's exploring the issues and the conversations behind NIL deals, and just how to navigate in that world of basketball, being a student, being an athlete, hanging out with your friends, and just having different types of relationships. But it's very well written. And being
he is a good actor.
Yeah, Ice Cube's son. Yeah, he does a real good job. Watching it, I'm like, man, like it gives me those feelings like, man, I want to get back on the court. And then it goes off, and I'm like, my knees ain't gonna allow that. But watching it, like, you just get that excitement. Anyone that's played a sport, not even just from a basketball standpoint, but just understanding what it means to be on a team and just have those relationships with your coaches, with your friends, going to games, hanging out, winning championships, just doing those things. Like,
well, and then all in all, it is a drama. So of course they've got some dramatic issues and whatnot that they're dealing with now, and things that happened in their past that they're possibly going to have to deal with here soon. But I mean, it's really good it's a really good, like you said, sports show of whatnot to reminisce of how it was in those times and whatnot, and seeing these kids, and they're incorporating these NIL deals and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of giving obviously a more modern spin to it.
And I didn't realize that the guy that plays Jace, like I said, it's Lauryn Hill's nephew. I didn't realize that before he started acting, he was actually playing ball. So the scenes where he's in there actually hooping, doing the dunking and everything, that's really him. There's no stunt double that's coming in. Like they said, he really had offers to be able to go play at the next level. So he's the real deal. I looked it up and I'm like, oh, he was really out here, had scholarships to be able to go to school and to be able to go to that next level. But he said he just wanted to try acting out and pursue it, and it stuck with him. So I'm excited to see what other movies and other roles he gets into. But like I said, Lauryn Hill's nephew. So
he does a very good job.
Yeah. But people saying here, yeah, Ice Cube's son is a great actor. Yeah, Den of Thieves. By the way, they got they're supposed to have finished filming Den of Thieves 2. So, after the last one went off, I was like, oh, how y'all gonna run this back? Because I was excited.
Your mom said Suspicion on Apple is a must watch. I've seen.
Yeah,
it.
she
What is
called
that
me earlier.
about?
I'm not sure. She said that it was real good. It was something to look into.
I think I saw the
I'm
trailer for it,
I'm
but
gonna
I
add
don't
that to the
remember.
list also and check it out, and then we could do a review. Maybe in 2 weeks. Let y'all know what Suspicion is. Add that to the list. But yeah, those are my top 3 movies and TV that came out. My aunt, she was hollering at me the other day, like, "Oh, they just put the Lincoln Lawyer back out." I'd never watched it on Netflix. I watched the movie with Matthew McConaughey. Matthew be acting, but
Always.
yeah, he's not in this one, so I couldn't really get into it. But she said it was good. But if anyone else is looking for another drama or something that's on Netflix, yeah, y'all go ahead and check out that Lincoln Lawyer. Yeah, Damien said the Puerto Rican kid is a 3-star. He's a real, and that's what I like about the show, because you could tell when you're watching movies where people are actors and where people really are about that hoop life. Like these boys in the show, like they're not going through no motions or nothing. They're really out there balling. So yeah, shout out to them for actually incorporating real life basketball players in the show. And then yeah, moving on to upcoming movies. So we keep talking about movies that keep getting extended. My man Tom Cruise said he's going to continue doing Mission Impossibles as long as people are going to the theaters.
I mean, honestly, what else is he doing other than Mission Impossible?
What else does he need to do? Because Mission Impossible, that's his go-to. That's his bread and butter right now. So Mission Impossible 7, Dead Reckoning, Part 1. Everybody wants to get into these sequels, trilogies. Now. What comes after trilogy?
What?
Okay. You tired? You need a nap?
Always.
Jeez.
Always need a nap.
But yeah, Dead Reckoning comes to theaters next week.
That's today.
No.
You said July 7th.
Oh, I didn't mean to put that on there. It's next week. It said like the 10th or something, which was weird. When the movies start dropping in the middle of the week. So it probably should be like the 13th or so, but who knows. But next week, that Mission Impossible comes out. Another one I just can't get on board with. I'm not going to see this. It's the Barbie movie, which comes out July 21st. It has too many people in it to name. Margaret, is her name Margaret or Margot, Robbie, whatever. Who else is in it? He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see Barbie."
What's that man's name?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling's in it. There's a few different people who's in it. I mean, I want to see it. I obviously grew up with Barbie, so of course that's what I played with when I was a kid. I mean, I'd like to see it just for what it is. So we'll see how it goes.
So yeah, we'll see. Like you said, it's going to be a cult following for people. I don't think it's going to be for kids. No. I think it's going to be more for adults.
Anything that they make a live action movie or something from the 90s is not for kids. It's for us. Just like that Barney movie that's coming out.
Yeah, and then with that, Mattel said, I think they're testing the waters to see how this Barbie movie does, but they said they have in the works multiple other series that they're going to put out. Daniel Kaluuya, you know him from Get Out. He's got too much.
Is he in Barney? Because that's
he's gonna be in Barney. I think he's supposed to be like producing it, maybe doing some writing on it. But, yeah, he's supposed to be putting it out, just talking about kids that grew up with Barney and what they go through now in terms of like, I guess, social anxiety.
If you watch, what is that? The documentary they did on it. Is it on Hulu?
I Love You, You Hate Me.
Yeah, it's on Hulu or Peacock, one of the two. And I watched it, and it talks about the creation of Barney and how the mom created it for her son at the time, and how obviously it just widespread into this global phenomenon, and how she would get hate mail and threats from parents.
My bad.
Saying how they can't stand Barney anymore and they need something else for their kids to watch. This has got to do something. Like the son went down like a rabbit hole. He has like drug problems and whatnot, or did. So watch it.
No, I'm not watching that.
It was good.
Depressing. I'm good. I'll take your word for it. And then we have Oppenheimer that comes out on the same day as Barbie. So they're really pitting those two against each other. Just wanted to see how it's going to fare out. As you know, Oppenheimer was the scientist that came up with the concept of the atom bomb. It's a Christopher Nolan movie. We're all familiar with his work.
But he stars in it too, doesn't he?
Christopher Nolan?
Who was it that stars in it?
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of it wrong.
But, you know, he did The Dark Knight. He did Inception. He did Tent.
Other than Tent, he's got pretty decent.
Yeah, I still can't get behind Tent, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. I mean, I might go to theaters and check that out just because the history is interesting, and I think they're going to be up for a lot of awards. Just talking about how he shot the film with it.
Well, and that's
The
got an
reels. Sound it out.
all-star cast. That one too, because it's got what is that man's name?
I know who you're talking about. I just can never
Yeah.
think of his name. He played Scarecrow in the Batman movie. He was also in Inception as well. He plays in Blinders.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
main man in Peaky Blinders.
I'm sure Damien will know. You know, he's always on top of
Cillian
it.
Murphy,
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.,
Yep.
Florence Pugh, Jack Quaid, Dennis Quaid's son, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Malik,
Mm-hmm.
Devin Bostick, Josh Peck, Josh Hartnett, David. I don't know how to say his last name, but I think he played Barty Crouch Jr. Damien in Harry Potter. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, yeah, all-star cast. You know, so even just for that alone, it'd be worth seeing. But I'd like the historical aspect of it. I think it's gonna be decent. Just from the trailers, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. So that's your movies that are coming out here this month. So I gave y'all a couple TV shows and movies that y'all can get ready for. So I say it's been cool living in Italy on the streets where so many action movies were filmed. Yeah, I believe that. The Italian Job, great movie. But moving on. I had to title this one Supremely Entertaining. Just in terms of our Supreme Court and their new rulings that have gone on for the last 3 weeks now. It feels like every week something's coming out with them that's just coming down the pipeline. So the big one that really hit the tapes was last week?
I don't even know at this point. It's all running together.
Was affirmative action. Them overturning the ruling on affirmative action. Anyone that's not familiar or is not aware of the concept of affirmative action. Affirmative action is a policy that was put in place to help promote equality and give opportunities to people who have been historically disadvantaged or discriminated against. For example, it might give some preference to people from certain racial or ethnic backgrounds when it comes to college admission or job hiring. Now, we've seen in a lot of pop culture where people get hired for jobs and then other people come in and be like, oh, the only reason you're here is for affirmative action. This is where the concept had stemmed from. So last week, the Supreme Court basically overturned affirmative action, deeming that, hey, we're not going to allow this to take place anymore. So all the rulings that affirmative action was in place that would potentially give people that were marginalized, didn't have many opportunities, a chance to be able to get in these schools, industries, jobs, or roles has been reversed. According to a majority opinion, the use of affirmative action by colleges and universities to admit a diverse student body violates the guarantee of equal protections of the laws and prohibits on discrimination based on race.
Which is the exact opposite of what it's supposed to be doing in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So, and my mom, she did a live on this the other day. I told her when she gets back in town, we could set something up where she can dive a little bit deeper and just have a little bit more dialogue and conversations on the topic behind it. I told her I was just going to give the brief synopsis just to get the conversation started, but I'll wait for her to get back so we can actually dive a little bit deeper into it. So we'll have another segment that just explores more into what affirmative action is, because she's in the chat now talking about her soapbox and some other issues with it. But it's a complicated issue, and people have different opinions about it. Some people agree with the Supreme Court's decision because they think it's important to treat everyone equally. Others disagree because they believe that affirmative action is necessary to address historical inequities, and it's okay to have different opinions and to ask questions to understand more about this topic. So y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think, how y'all feel about it, and like I said, we're gonna run this back for a deeper dive on the conversation of more affirmative action. But yeah, it was interesting last week. The beauty behind social media is we're able to see everything in real time on people's opinions. So like I said, some people were on one side of it, other people were on other sides, and I think people that have been known for being historically disadvantaged in certain situations definitely going to have more of a feeling and opinion on it, especially when looking at jobs, looking at colleges, because trying to get into these industries and these roles, sometimes you do need some type of ruling because it has been known to be overlooked.
Oh, of course.
For since the beginning of time. I'll see if he's available, and we can see if he wants to sit in on that conversation. But the other topic with the Supreme Court was, I'll come back to that, student loans, but the Supreme Court limits LGBTQ protection. So this actually came in place. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of a Christian web designer in Colorado who refuses to create websites to celebrate same-sex weddings out of religious objections. So Lori Smith, who runs a company called 303 Creative, sought to expand her business into the area of weddings and wrote a webpage explaining why she won't create websites for same-sex couples. But under Colorado public accommodation law, she said that she cannot post a statement because the state considers it illegal. The ruling, rooted in free speech grounds, will pierce state public accommodation laws for those businesses who sell so-called expressive goods. It is the latest victory for religious conservatives at the high court and will alarm critics who fear the current court is setting its sights on overturning the 2015 marriage case. So this is another situation where someone's using religious views in order to push their so-called agendas. And Supreme Court, like I said, we keep seeing it. If it's something that they want to overturn, looking like they're about to start having a lot of rules that have been in place for years just to help, like we talked about, marginalized communities, people that are in situations that are looked down upon in society. So it's another interesting topic that's going on. And we keep seeing that keeps playing out, that whenever something happens, it's like, oh no, this is religious based. So,
but my thing is that this is my 2 cents on it. I don't, agree with it or don't. I don't really care. But, and I've seen a lot of people, especially in the marriage and just like people who are in the wedding business themselves, who, of course, disagree with same-sex marriages for religious purposes or whatnot. There was one a few years back of a wedding cake decorator or bakery, whatever, who refused to do a wedding cake for a gay couple for the simple fact that it was a gay couple. That's fine. That's your prerogative. That's your decision. You own a personal business. You can do whatever you want with that, but also don't be surprised when the backlash comes with it. You can't have, literally, no pun intended, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be upset about something and then get mad when people don't want to support your business because of your views on the situation. We're in 2023. Why are we still having these issues? And then also too, what is this whole, if we're supposed to be having a separation of church and state, why is this even a thing?
There ain't never a separation of church and
but
state.
That's the thing.
It's
people, there needs to be separation of church and state,
convenient.
blah, blah, blah. It is. People use it when it's convenient for their own argument. And I get that. But it's just, I mean, if that's your belief and that's what you want to do, then that's perfectly fine. But there is going to be backlash for it, and you can't be mad at it when it happens.
Yeah, for me, I just gotta look at people when they start putting ruling saying what they're not doing for a specific group, because
and why? Because for what reason?
For me, it's like, all right, if you're doing this for these people, how long until you turn around and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna do something for you because you're black or you're married to an Indian woman and y'all are interracial. So
which
I always got to side. I always got to side on the side of the lesser, because, like you said, we're in 2023 now. It's a lot of weird stuff going on out here, and just marginalizing people because.
And that's the thing, too. This is my problem with people who use, and I'm not saying everybody is this way, but from what I've seen, a lot of people who try to use religion as a basis as to why they believe in something. That's perfectly fine. I'm not faulting you for your beliefs. I was, raised in a Christian home and raised Baptist, whatever. I don't care. But you're using specific parts of the Bible or whatever the text is to justify your reasoning behind it. Because God does say we need to love everybody. So what happened to that? So why are we omitting this part of the Bible in order to make your argument valid? So it's not the preaching that you're giving or the reasons that you're giving doesn't really make sense with the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Not thought process. The whole, I guess, basis of Christianity is to love one another as God would love them. But yet you're discriminating against certain people. So it doesn't really make much sense to me. Again, my 2 cents. Not everybody's going to agree, and I quite honestly don't care. So that's what an opinion is.
Mic drop.
Thank you.
And the latest for
most definitely
the Supreme Court, student loan forgiveness. Now, as many of us that had a couple student loans out there, I know when Biden came out and said student loan forgiveness, it was a rejoice time. People went out in the streets, they celebrated. Supreme Court just came back and said,
You thought?
You thought. We're not doing that. Last week, U.S. Supreme Court's decision to strike down widespread federal student loan forgiveness has left millions of student loan borrowers grappling with what's next.
You pay the loans. That's what's next.
So COVID came, they put that stop pause on. It was like, hey, you know what? You don't have to pay your student loans.
They put that carrot in front of your
face. Yeah, you know what? Just chill out. Biden came in, was like, I'm going to take care of it for you. He had a cape on and everything, like the Superman cape that was blowing in the wind, with the flap. Yeah. It was like, you know what, Biden, you take care of them loans for us. Supreme Court stepped in, like they always do, swang that gavel and said, no.
No, my man.
The White House released a statement hours after the June 30th Supreme Court decision indicating that there will be another avenue towards broad student loan forgiveness, but experts say borrowers should start preparing for the reality that debt relief may not materialize, which means I got to pay that money back.
Hold on now. Let's be real honest. And I'm not saying there's not some people who haven't paid off their loans in full. Congratulations to you. I haven't even looked at mine yet. But how many people are really making decent strides to pay off their student loans? In reality, they get what they get. It's really kind of what it is. So we're not hurting either way.
I got to jump in my box with this all the time. Excuse me. I got to be careful how I phrase it because my mom's on here. She's a big advocate for education, and I'm not putting down education. No. Education, yeah, okay, yeah.
It's a difference.
No, education is the key to advancing in society. Whether it's formal education, it's trade education. But the deal they sell kids, 17, 18, coming out of high school, it's like the American dream is like, hey, no, you have to go to college. You got to go to college for 4 years so you can get a good job, so you can get that house, get that car. And it's like, oh yeah, sure, let me go to college where I gotta pay hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Say it and you won't get another.
I got to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's like, hey, by the way, you don't have any money, but we're going to give you all the money you need. And they don't explain to you how you got to pay it back. Yeah. It's like, okay, I got friends that took out loans for hundreds of thousands of dollars. They will never pay that money back. Just being honest. And they know it too. They will never pay it, not in this lifetime, not in the next lifetime. They're probably going to be passing student loans down to their great-great-grandkids. But
they don't get passed down.
I know. I'm just saying.
That's the only thing they gave us.
That's the only thing that gets passed around. But yeah, they don't tell you how it's paid, and then you graduate, and it's like, oh, by the way, you got to pay this back. I was having a conversation with some people before, and it's crazy because the bank will give you a student loan for $100,000 to go to college with
no credit,
no nothing. Don't even tell you what the interest rates are. No.
They tell you to not worry about it.
They won't give you $10,000 to still out and start a business with. Can somebody make it make sense, please? I just need some understanding because I don't. And like I said, it's the biggest racket because now I don't know how many billions, maybe we got to be up to trillions of student loan debt.
Because that's what I'm saying. People don't pay attention to their student loans.
But even on top of that, what is the cost of a college degree?
It depends on what you're going for.
I'm going to have to run another segment on that just to really dive into it because think about it. You go to college for 4 years. You're supposed to learn something. How many of us really can retain the information that we learn? Because most of us majored in partying for the first 2 years. And then come junior year, it's like, all right, let me get a little bit serious about what I want to do. As long as you're not going to be like a doctor or lawyer or,
that's the thing,
or a surgeon or something special. But if you're in
something specific, the first 4 years only at the most, unless you're doing heavy duty learning and classes, is going to get you a bachelor's degree, which right now the bachelor's degree is probably the equivalent of a high school diploma.
Because what's the high school diploma equivalent to?
Kindergarten,
Oh,
The certificate you get when you graduate kindergarten. Because think about it, when we were going into college, it was probably the equivalent of an associate's degree, because a lot of kids could actually graduate, and then obviously now are graduating with an associate's degree by doing dual enrollment classes in high school. So now most of these most of these jobs and whatnot, after you graduate college, you need more than likely a bachelor's degree minimum, and then they want so many years, again, usually minimum 3 years experience in whatever field you're going in while you were studying for that degree for the field that you're going in. You should have been getting the experience to go with it. So it's kind of like, I don't know what to do here.
Man, I told you, it's a racket, and they know it. But I got off topic.
It's like it's a rabbit hole conversation here.
But yeah, we'll run that back on another conversation.
You definitely do need to pick your major wisely, but then also too, like we were talking with somebody, like one of the men that came and looked at our AC the other day. There's a bigger need for tradespeople now than there are for people with degrees. Again, we're not knocking going to college, going and getting a degree, whatever. That's most definitely what you want to do.
I should have been an electrician.
There's more money in electricians and HVAC people and plumbers, stuff like that, because there's always going to be a need for that. So, and you can do that with a certificate instead of having to do 4+ years of college and end up in massive debt.
Yeah, I gotta change the temperature here because it got a little hot.
That's the point of conversation time.
The BET Awards,
Didn't watch
2023. I didn't either, and I didn't watch it for a reason.
We haven't watched them for a while,
and that's why I haven't. Because even just like looking at the stuff on Twitter and that people talk about, it just didn't seem entertaining for me.
I mean, what are we really watching the BET Awards for?
Do they do the rap site? That's the hip hop awards. I don't know. People kept talking like, "Oh yeah, Beyonce is not going to be there." This is like, will she ever?
But I think they did something with hip hop.
I don't know. Just everything, just from the performances, just seemed lackluster. The red carpet out there, it was just like, what are y'all people wearing? Like, stylists don't care. Like,
Patty not doing good on her tribute.
Hey,
no.
Patty couldn't see the screen.
I don't care. If you're going to talk about it, you need to include that too.
She couldn't see the screen.
Don't care. You should know the songs before you're going on with it. For said reason. I said what I said.
I mean, y'all tell me y'all's thoughts. Are award shows just washed nowadays, or
like award shows like this? I wouldn't even say things like the Oscars.
I don't watch none of those either. They're boring. The Oscars are boring to me. I mean, and I think the bar was set so high in future BET Awards. Now anything that comes, I mean, especially like we understand these artists aren't the greatest things out nowadays. Like I remember the BET Awards when Michael Jackson was on there with James Brown, and whew, yeah,
never watched it.
See, yeah, you're wild. You need to pull it up on YouTube, but yeah, I mean, award shows just
because they're so long. It's like 3 hours. You got to watch an hour of everybody doing the red carpet. And then you got to wait, and people have to come out and start presenting. Like, I don't know what you do. Like you said, half of these people we've never even heard of. And I don't really know why you're getting an award.
Yeah, the person we have heard of is Mr. U.S. HERRAYMOND, Usher Raymond. Had to bring this up because this has been the talk of the town for the last, has it been 2 days?
It's been about 2 days.
Keke, do you love me?
I'm excited. Okay, I'm a little excited for this one because I've got mixed feelings.
My aunt called me earlier and was like, "Hey, are you gonna talk about Keke and her boyfriend?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the list."
Emphasis on boyfriend, FYI.
I don't be trying to get too caught up in the celebrity drama, but this took over the airwaves because you know how I am. Like, your personal business needs to be your personal business. I'm gonna speak on my one piece, then I'm gonna pass the mic over to you, and you can say what you want, but. At the end of the day, if you and your lady are having issues, whatever the matter may be, you don't need to go to social media and air out what's happening.
Agree.
Because if you're looking for love, friendship, or understanding in these times, they're going to humble you extremely quickly. And I think Buddy got humbled because I think he went on to have to delete his Twitter.
I think Homeboy got embarrassed.
So anybody that's not aware of the situation, that's not on social media,
Mama.
Thanks, Mom.
They're not married though. They're just
Keke, so Usher has been having performances around the country going, Usher's going to put on a great show. He's going to sing to the ladies in the crowd. He's going to be in there roller skating. He's going to be performing his classic hits.
He's going to be on stage grinding on something.
You know how Usher does. So Usher was at a performance where Miss Aquila and the Bee, Keke Palmer, was at with a few of her friends. Usher came over to her, started to sing to her as Usher does. And Keke was dressed in, I guess you could say, a scantily.
Is it scantily?
Outfit?
All in
all. I mean, she had on a sheer see-through dress and some of her assets might have been hanging out.
Pause. The whole thing, she had a see-through overlay on the dress. It was essentially like a leotard.
She was wearing a Shein bodycon dress.
There is not anything like Shein with that. That is Fashion Nova.
But
true.
And then the thing came out where her husband, boyfriend, daddy, partner, whatever you want to call, he decided to go on Twitter and voice his concerns of it, pretty much saying, what it's the outfit though. You're a mom, basically shunning her from wearing this outfit out in public. But Twitter's gonna have a field day. Social media is. They really ran this in the ground because they were like, I think it was more than just the dress. It was more than the dress.
He's heard about something.
It was Usher, because if anyone is aware of the Boondocks episode where Usher takes Tom's wife, this played out to the T what happened in that Boondocks episode. So I said my piece. I'm gonna let you go ahead and you say how you feel about it.
So coming from a woman's standpoint, here's the I think it's also more the fact that's getting him in trouble is that you're a mom. You can't wear those things. And hold on. Let me say this before I go any further. I don't wear anything that's insanely revealing or anything like that. But just like my mom gave me a pair of shoes or something that just slip on and they're comfy. And he's joking around. Those are your mom's shoes. You're a mom. That's what you're supposed to wear, right? So there's a little bit of a stigma with that. She did just have a baby not but a few months ago. She looks amazing.
Talking about Keke, not Kali's mom.
No, Mommy did not have a baby. She did not. But she does look amazing. But Keke, her little boy can't be no more than a few months old, but she looks very good for just having had a baby. And I can understand wanting to show off what you look like after having a baby, but you do need to be a little bit modest with it. I didn't realize that her behind was as out as it was when she turned around. But I think that's the whole problem is. And also, again, it's the fact that he's not a husband. He's a boyfriend. So does he really get much of a say in it? He should. This is my opinion, okay? If I'm in a committed relationship, regardless if he's a husband, a boyfriend, whatever, even when we were dating, I'm not going to go out here and dress in a provocative way because I'm in a committed relationship. It does give the impression of I'm single, here it is. I'm out here for the people kind of thing. But I think that's what a lot of people are getting hung up on is he is not her husband. He's a boyfriend. And I do agree. If you had an issue with it, you should have talked about it privately and not put it all over social media. Did you see her response to it?
I did. And I'm gonna speak on that portion also because I did see a lot of people saying the same thing. I don't understand nothing about that because I'm a husband. So, but I see the glass half full, half empty. Yeah. But even at the end of the day, even if he was a husband, if she wanted to go out there dressed like that, she still was going to. My holdup was, did you not see her before she left the house? Because if you saw her before she left the house, like you could have pulled her to the side and said, "Hey, babe, look, maybe we could put something on. We could switch it up, put something that's a little less revealing on there." Or, I don't know. But at the end of the day, social media it shouldn't be where you go to vent.
No.
And call out your significant other.
And that's where people end up with their issues in relationships and they ultimately break up is because you brought what was a private situation to the forefront. So her response basically is she just didn't address it at all. She was just talking about how Usher's performance was great and she had a good time and blah, 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 that and the other. Yeah. She didn't even acknowledge it.
I don't think a lot of y'all saw her face when Usher was on there with his little shirt off. And her jaw was just dropped like, oh my God. God, it's Usher and like.
I mean, Usher has that star quality. He's not like, you know, the best thing since sliced bread kind of deal.
But I mean, I see where he's coming from being insecure, because if Usher wanted Keke, I think Usher would have Keke.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much at all. Not at all.
But
let's see. Let's go back and read some of these and see what's going on here. No, I wouldn't wear it, but these young women wear nothing half the time. Very true. She had on more than what most of these women wear in any given day for any particular reason. And he should after he puts a ring on it. Exactly. See, that's the thing. But I mean, I don't know. I guess that's really just more of your own personal belief on how you should act once you're in a relationship. And please, also too, we really don't know how committed they are to each other, other than the fact that they've got a kid together.
Man, I don't get involved with these Hollywood couples, because you know how they do. They finicky.
They are.
They be having open relationships and this and that, but
absolutely not. He messed up because he should have, one, addressed it at the crib. Two, he tried to put it on her being a mom, and he knows he was mad. Usher was flirting heavy. I think, yeah, like most everybody's saying, there was a lot more going on than just what she had on. But yeah, saying you're a mom now, please understand, that's going to be triggering for any woman. I don't care if my son is 6 months or 16. That should not define what I can wear as a woman. So it's, you know, it's really, I think that was a big part for everybody's response to how it was on social media. He had to see her. Yes, he definitely had to see her before she left the house. It wasn't the clothes, it was the actions. But let's be honest, she's a celebrity. That's how they dress, and they are in movies naked, etc. Even as a husband, the clothing wasn't going to change, but all the bumping and grinding. But y'all know what you're getting when you go to an Usher concert, too.
Yeah, and like, we're not talking about like Luther Vandross. Well, I don't think Luther's the best example to use, but we do live in an overly hyper-sexualized society nowadays. Very much. Granted, what she wore out was probably a lot more clothed than what some of these, I can't even say ladies no more, because the guys be going out here wearing some wild stuff now too. And back in the day, like you said, it was more of, hey, it's going to be a surprise. You're going to have to unwrap this gift when we get alone. As far as now, everything's like, bam, here it is. It's yours for the taking.
Look, it is.
But yeah, like nothing is left to the imagination anymore. Like, so.
Said that picture the other day.
I showed Khalil that the other day too. Like, yeah, Russell, he got to be the most secure man in the world, because Sierra be going outside half naked, and Russell has been nothing but a man of God,
of the Lord,
and it's like, if he can't keep his woman with clothes on, like what's the rest of the people supposed to do?
But you got to also think too, where she came from before him. Future did not care how she dressed and encouraged that mess. So, you know, some things are hard to shake, I guess, for some women. If that's how you dress and carry yourself. Me personally, I would not want my son in future years to see me half naked outside hugging some random man who's not his father. Wild.
There's gonna be a lot of kids out here whose moms are on OnlyFans and back pages and all types of crazy stuff.
That's another conversation.
Yeah, but anyway, talking about social media, we got to talk about the Titan tussle, Mr. Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg. So, whatever.
Sorry.
Are these billionaires bored nowadays?
Yeah.
We've been gone for a while, so I didn't get to really talk about the submarine and them going down there 1,000 leagues under the sea to explore Titanic treasures and all the fiasco that came from that. But now, after this whole incident happened with Ocean Gate submarine, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are sitting here talking about having a cage fight. Like,
I'd watch it.
So we at the point now where, first off, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. They said this year alone he made an additional $68 billion. And the year ain't even over yet. We still got 6 months left, and he lost it all, doubled it back, came back on top again, and now he's sitting here talking about Mark. Let's cage fight.
Oh, so is he the one initiating this?
I think Mark might have said it, but
okay.
Mark trains like a G.I. Joe. Like, you got to look at his work. No jokes.
Oh,
like,
I'm not.
Like he's really out there doing these things. But in all this conversation, while Mark was in his head talking about we gonna cage fight, Mark snuck up and dropped threads So anybody that's not aware what Threads is the new Meta platform that is direct competition to Twitter. They said in the first 24 hours, it had garnered 10 million users. It said this is the fastest platform to ever get to that many users in a short amount of time. Now, if you really think about it, I don't even have the chart. I'll put the chart up later and just post it for y'all to see. But it talks about how long all the other like social apps took to get up to like 1 million, 10 million users. They did it in 24 hours. Granted, I keep saying they already had the platform and already had the user base that was on Instagram. And all they said was, hey, all you got to do is just attach your Instagram account to the Threads account. You could be on there. So it's literally one-click setup. So everybody that's already on there, seeing all their friends do it, we know how things spread virally. Monkey see, monkey do society. I see you do it, I'm going to do it too. So that's exactly what happened. And so in all of this commotion, people keep talking about, oh, Threads is great, it's better than Twitter. It's not. I'm not even on the platform. I've just talked to a few people that have non-biased opinions that just test things out just to see what it's about. They said there's a lot of limitations to it, but also, guess who's suing Threads? Elon Musk came out and issued a statement saying that Twitter would be suing Threads because the platforms look so identical. So we know how Meta and Mark does. They see something they like, they rip it off. TikTok, they did Reels.
Oh, you're right.
Snapchat, they did whatever they did on Instagram with the stories.
Oh.
So now they have Threads. Mr. Moore, what's going on, man? But yeah, so that's been the latest news lately. But
I don't really think there's much of a purpose of it other than just trying to throw it in his face.
I mean, Twitter's great for just quick information. I like Twitter more than I like Facebook because Facebook you can get lost in just nonsense. Twitter, like I said, it's actually story blocks where you can scroll through. I find there's a lot more humor on Twitter. I find myself just laughing hysterically throughout the day for no reason at all, just because something I saw on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you should check it out. This is not a plug. I'm not being endorsed by him, but definitely check it out. Oh my! But so they came out with Threads platform. See, Daryl's on Threads.
Good luck.
And the thing is, now I think that a lot of people that use Instagram, use Facebook, have that understanding that were never on Twitter. Mm-hmm. It's a new platform for them to be able to cross over on too. So you're going to get new people that have never been on Twitter, but now they're enjoying those conversations to be able to be on. So, I mean, I never did TikTok. I'm not going to do Threads just because it's hard for me to keep up with all these additional platforms. You got Instagram, you got Twitter, you got Snapchat, you got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got Black Planet. You got what is Black? But yeah. Damien can't use it. The EU has blocked Threads.
That's probably a good idea
because of privacy. And I was telling people beforehand, I'm like, how much more information are y'all going to continue to give Mark? Pretty soon, Mark's going to be cloning people. And speaking of cloning, synthetic meat, FDA just approved synthetic meat to be able to be manufactured.
What is synthetic meat?
Yeah, exactly. What do you think synthetic meat is?
Fake.
Yeah. So
is it like supposed to be a vegetarian?
I don't even think it's vegetarian, but it's just meat that's grown in the lab that they're going to start offering after people.
There ain't no
the
telling
crazy
what
thing on top of that is that they actually have a partnership with Impossible Foods, and Impossible Foods
Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was the plant-based.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but is plant-based really not too far off from synthetic because they're trying to go to a more meatless.
I mean, and I get that, but the thing with the Impossible meat or whatever, that is, that it's plant-based. This, if you're trying to mimic meat, then that kind of defeats the purpose of doing an Impossible burger or whatever you want to call it, because there ain't no telling what they're going to put in that.
Exactly. But we'll circle back and do that on another discussion because I want to get more into it. I want to find out the science behind it, what companies are really working to it, and like you said, what is it really about? Just keep the people informed because I wasn't eating no Impossible Burger. I'm definitely not going to be eating no synthetic burger. Yeah, Mom said meat in Europe tastes different due to the ethical treatment of animals. Yeah, and we noticed that when we travel to the Dominican, even like with the drinks and stuff, they don't use a lot of processed sugars.
Mm-hmm. It's like sugar cane.
It's pure sugar cane there, so it has a different taste, and I think we're just so accustomed to Yeah, no obese children. Cause yeah, they don't have all did y'all find the McDonald's over there? I'm sure they're not pumping it with all these.
Have you seen like one of the girls that I follow on TikTok? She works on a cruise ship. She's a singer on a cruise ship, and her whole thing is that she goes to these different places. What I ate for a full day in Indonesia, in places like this, and the fast food restaurants that she goes to overseas are immensely better than what they offer here. Like, they just look so much healthier.
Yeah, I've been telling y'all for years now, the food's poisoning us. It's slowly.
Well, there's so many chemicals and whatnot in it. It's not even, I mean, it could be synthetic meat for all we know.
But yeah, Daryl, you're absolutely right. The devices are listening. I don't know if you watch Black Mirror on Netflix, but they have a couple different episodes that just talk about how the devices are listening to us and can basically controlling our lives. What is it? Big business, they use it in order to data farm to be able to push advertisements over to you, let you influence your buying behaviors, understand your buying patterns. And basically Amazon does a wonderful job of this because they know what you want to buy before you even click add to cart.
It's so bad. Their suggestions is yeah, you know what? I think I do need that. Do I really need a 10-piece luggage set? No, but I think I do. And Prime Days is coming up.
Oh, God. That is a plug because I own Amazon stock. So y'all continue to shop there.
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
But big headlines last week, this week, all weeks. White House. White.
Being the operative word.
With the quotation marks. So cocaine was found in the White House. Me personally, I don't think this is the first time cocaine has ever been in the White House, but it just so happens
it was found.
that the U.S. Secret Service is investigating how the cocaine was found at the White House on Sunday night. With visitor logs and footage, they're coming through for clues. The discovery was in the West Wing, which contains... Dun, dun, dun. Do I have something that does that? Do I have a...
Sad trombone?
Do I want the sad trombone? It was, yeah, that's what I was looking for. The Oval Office and other working areas for presidential aides and staff led to a brief evacuation. I am confused why the discovery of cocaine led to an evacuation at the White House. Did they think it was like anthrax?
Well, that's more than likely what it is.
Okay, I'm just
more
making sure. But my thing is, how did you test for it beforehand? Did somebody just like do a bump of it to make sure? It's like, yeah, okay, that's cocaine. That's cocaine. Or did they actually take it to the lab?
They do the chemical test on site.
I don't put nothing past none of these.
I'm sure there's somebody who tested personally. But
it said the Secret Service agent found the powder drug during a routine inspection in an area that is accessible to tour groups. So you mean to tell me that there was a tour going on in the White House and somebody dropped their cocaine out of their pocket?
Worse things have happened.
But it said President Joe Biden and his family were at Camp David in Maryland at the time. How convenient. Like, hey, Jill, we got to get out of here. Probably was at Camp David like, oh.
Phones, wallet, keys. Dang it, I forgot something.
Let me chill for some black vans pull up and throw me in the back of them. But, I would have...
Exactly,
If this would have came out when 45 was there, I'd just been like... Okay.
Get it, got it.
But now, 45 going to be on their head. He ain't going to stop. He ain't going to... Somebody said, was Jeezy in there? Was Pusha T over there hanging out at the White House?
Was the snowman there?
Yeah. Y'all seen them shows? It turned blue.
I'm telling you, that's what they did.
But, it was funny, but it ain't. It's funny till it's not. Because, there's a lot of stuff.
I'm not surprised, honestly.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Like you said, it's probably been in there. This is just the first time somebody's actually found it.
Yeah, so someone's mad as Jack dropped their bag. These presidency terms, they're comical now. It's got to give us something to laugh at just because of all the evil and just sad days we got going on in the country right now. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just trying to laugh through the pain because it's like, so I'm sure they'll have more. I'm sure they'll have more things come out about it. Biden's son has an addiction. I'm aware of this. I didn't want to talk about that man's son and put him on Front Street, Ma, but thanks. We're aware of the deal that he just got, and they also discovered footage of him doing illicit drugs in his car while he was driving. I wasn't going to touch on it.
But if this is also a place where tourists can visit, that really is very hard to narrow it down to somebody in the White House being the culprit. But I mean, you would think, but I don't really know how many people take their drugs on a field trip. But you know,
You'd be surprised.
like,
Somebody dropping
stay at home.
somebody dropping a whole 8. What's going on? But
Me.
I'm gonna run through this part real quick. Stock talk. Anybody that knows and follows me in the stock market journey, stocks have been at an all-time high lately. The bulls are out. The market is green. 401k should be looking pretty decent right now. A couple of my favorite stocks I've been looking at, obviously, is the EV sector. Rivian, which is one of the top EV companies that was as a competitor with Tesla. Their shares have been going up here lately. They said they were up more than 14% on Monday, July the 3rd. Rivian's Amazon delivery vans are rolling into, what's that, Deutschland? Is that right? Dutchland, whatever. And taking its stock for a joyride, the company announced that more than 300 electric vans will be delivered to a number of the German cities, including Munich, Berlin, and...
Munich.
What?
Oh.
You ain't paying no attention.
I couldn't read Dusseldorf.
Yeah, thanks. I'll let you say it because it sounds like Dumbledore.
Shut up. Dumbledore. How dare you?
The news, along with its promising second quarter results, made the stock price more than 14%. There we go. But yeah, Rivian was a big talk here in a few years ago. I think everything with COVID hit actually had stalled it. But Rivian was actually purchased by Amazon to be the company that's going to deliver the vans. So hopefully pretty soon we'll be seeing actual Rivian vans delivering your Amazon packages, which won't be coming from Amazon, which won't be coming from UPS, USPS. No, UPS delivers Amazon.
Oh, okay. I thought they still had like a strict contract with USPS.
No, anybody will deliver it. And then
Deutschland.
Yeah, thanks, Damien. Yeah, we know them European countries, and also FedEx. But yeah, ChargePoint got a little rocky there 2 weeks ago because Tesla made the announcement. I knew it was coming. Tesla thought they was slick. They established a foothold in the EV space. It was making everybody else play catch up, and then they came out and said, "You know what? We're gonna let y'all use our charging grids.
Oh, okay.
And we're also gonna sell you the charging ports for your vehicles." So my favorite stock right now, ChargePoint, they kind of went down because that's direct competition. But then ChargePoint came out and said, "You know what? We're gonna sell the Tesla chargers that y'all can attach to our chargers now." So stock went back up on that news. So yeah, I saw that also. UPS is getting ready to go in on strike.
For what? You know, it's always usually around the holidays. So they go on strike. But why are they going on strike?
I might have to pull it up. I saw it briefly. I didn't put it on this list, but yeah, we'll look at it later and see. My mom said at this rate it's going, my 401 will only give Braden rec money in college. And he could be an electrician. And then Ford's U.S. sales jumped almost 10% on big gains for its F-Series trucks. The Detroit automaker on Thursday reported sales of 531,662 vehicles from April through June, which is actually up from 483,688 cars and trucks that were weighed down by supply chain problems a year ago. Yeah, the car market took a beating.
Is it still bad, or are we finally starting to see some relief?
No, the thing is, like, cars are still sitting on lots. Like, nobody is just running out saying, "Hey, I want cars," but I don't really think they want to let people know that because the price of vehicles is still definitely overvalued.
Oh yeah.
Waiting for them to come back down a little bit. I mean, everything right now. I mean, the food market, we look at that, how overvalued it is. Cars, I think it's going to be like that for a while.
What was that? Because
the job report did just come out and said that a lot more Americans, they're employed, they're able to go out, to afford basically
basic lifestyle,
basic living.
Which is, well, I mean, you know, it should happen without having to modify your lifestyle to be able to at least live modestly, I guess you could say. But anyway, I was looking on, it was either Carvana or Auto Trader because I'm at some point, hopefully, fingers crossed, getting rid of that Traverse. Anyway, it was a Durango. There are no crickets on that. You hate that car just as much as I do. It was a Durango, I want to say 2021, and it had like still 30-some thousand miles on it, and they wanted $66,000 for that thing.
Oof.
Ridiculous.
Nah.
Ridiculous.
I don't know what that was. Mom said, no big cars in Europe, only these little cars and smart cars. Not sure what big families do. Take the
Take
train.
the train.
Yeah, no, there's no reason to travel around like that. And I'm sure their air pollution isn't as bad either over there.
I saw again. I know you don't like TikTok, but it was somebody saying, which made me, because I know they had flown into Copenhagen, saying how hard it was to get into Copenhagen. I don't know if he could have been exaggerating, but saying he had to show like proof that he knew somebody who lived there, like actual conversations, blah blah whatever. But anyway, whole point was he was looking around and he said it may, like in bigger parts of Europe and whatnot, they have bike parks where we've usually got car parks. Mm-hmm. And they said how in America it's more it's not common for people to ride bikes around, where obviously it's the opposite here. You're kind of strange if you own a car. In Europe, most people ride bikes or take different forms of transportation. So yeah, I'd say most likely their air quality is much better than what it is over here.
Oh yeah, I believe that. But yeah, that's all I have for today. You got anything else?
Oh, I'm sure I could find some other things to talk about, but I think we will wrap it up. And let's see, we gotta look at our dates here. I got it. Why won't it come up?
Thought you had it.
You thought your computer worked. Yeah, we should be able to be back in 2 weeks. We might have to take a couple weeks off after that, but other than that,
no, I'm going live from Mexico.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with it.
I'll be out there.
We'll be out there, but yeah, we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. If you have anything you would like us to talk about, please send us a message and let us know. If you are doing any fun activities this weekend, please be safe, stay cool. It is ridiculously hot out here, and we will talk to you guys later.
Oh, you took off too quick.
What'd I do?
I was trying to plug the new YouTube channel.
Oh, you didn't tell me about it.
Yeah, so we got a new YouTube channel where we're going to start dropping just our conversation time, actual videos. We've been talking about it for a few years now, but I actually had to take time to go in and build this out. So it's just going to have more of discussions on there, more in-depth on certain topics. We're going to be just talking about probably 15, 20-minute segments and then build that channel out. And then, yeah, we'll still be coming live for the conversation times, just either talking about some of those aspects that we discuss in those topics and then still doing the weekly updates and then kicking it with you all here so we can communicate in the chat channel. So I'll leave that link here with y'all here in a few. So, yeah, if y'all want to go in there and start subscribing to that channel, we'll start dropping some content on there, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. So
we'll get on it.
But that's all I got. We appreciate y'all. We'll talk to y'all on the next one.
Have a good one.